This week on the Push Pull Legs podcast, we talk about sandwiches. And is the vegan bubble bursting? Find out. Right, 3, 2, 1, air fryers. Keep on going.
Hey guys, welcome to the Push Pull Legs podcast with myself, Damik.
And me, Tom Hall, air fryer captain. No?
Air fryer extraordinaire. Come on then, what have you made? What have you made in it? What's been the best thing about it? Come on.
So I have saved, I know Dan doesn't he still saves stuff on Instagram, which who puts it into categories. So I've made obviously I've got a food category, which I'm obviously getting hit by loads of air fryer recipes. So it's been fantastic. I did one yesterday, super simple. Try this at home, is get a bagel and then wrap some bacon around the bagel, cook that for 6-7 minutes, and then you flip it upside down, and then so it's the top bit, less roundy bit, and then you drop an egg in there so it gets held by the little bit of the bagel, and then sprinkle a bit of cheese and then cook that. Boom, you got eggy, cheesy bacon bagels.
Okay, right. Send me that one because I'm happy with that. You can send me that. That's
that
fine.
one's good though. That's nice. It only takes 10, 12 minutes. Bosh. And you're like eggy, cheesy bacon bagels. But you have you got real bacon? You got real bacon, I guess. You're
yeah, you can get it. Yeah, we can get it
on the black market.
I know people. I know people, mate. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I did some chicken in there earlier.
I'm good.
I had
I'm glad to hear that it's working out
and he was like, yeah. I was like, I've got some chicken. Once you're off this call, I'm going to be eating some chicken. Just have a think about that. Lovely. Bit of chicken fries. No, that was pretty standard because I was just like, it's just a good way of cooking chicken. That's all it is. But I'm glad that the breakfasty stuff's coming out. I don't know what else I've done since. I did steak yesterday. I did steak yesterday. That was all right, to be fair. It was
steak in the air fryer. Fuck are you doing, man?
It was just because it was like a £4 rump steak from fucking Tesco. It wasn't like I went to the butcher's and I'm like, I'm going to do this here. Right. Because obviously you're going to be like, all right, I've got to keep putting the butter over it or keep putting the fat over it whilst it's cooked, right? But what's that called? When you tilt it, basting it, yeah, for about 6 minutes, fucking wrist get tired. I've just thought, fuck it, I'm gonna try it because it says it can. And it was all right. It was okay. It wasn't amazing. It was a little bit I wish this was juicier because you want all the fat on the steak, right? That's the whole point. But yeah, did some just steak, tomatoes, and I was such a child. I needed some carbohydrate, and all I had in the house was sweet potatoes. But then I remembered, Dan, what did I have in the freezer? Potato waffles. So I got some potato waffles out, put them in the air fryer with them. I was like, yeah, that will.
I just love how you were like, are they worth it? Is it going to be a waste of money? And you've now cooked every single thing you've eaten for the past week or so in it.
Yeah, exactly. So either go out for food. It's either restaurant or air fryer at the moment. That's it. I've not used the oven in weeks. Toaster, but then I'm like, I can air fry this. So it's all good. Today's drink, Dan, it's Fanta watermelon.
Oh, I'm not a huge fan of watermelon, but I can see how if you like that taste, I'd imagine it's probably pretty good. Is it zero or is it zero?
It is this one's 0, yeah. So it's 7 calories. But only because I was like, I'll get one of them. After the first couple, you lose the watermelon taste and it's just kind of fizzy-ish drink. And you're like, all right, I've gotten used to that already. So going through those.
The problem that Fanta have there, right, is that it's never going to be as good as Fruit Twist. So it's like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's just, that's the goat of their drinks. Whereas I feel like with Pepsi Max, because it's Pepsi Max with a flavour to it, it's always going to be pretty decent. Whereas Fanta's problem is they've got to go all in on the watermelon there. It's just, I don't know, not fun. No. Yeah. Most of the best ones, they're like the main flavour of Pepsi Max with an extra flavour, with something added to it, That's the difference.
I do know. Yeah, but it's just just because you pick Pepsi Max, your kind of opinion is completely void, isn't it? Really? So,
well, not really, because Pepsi Max is the best Coke-based drink that you can have. So,
apart from Coke.
well, no, not full sugar Coke, Tom. No, no one's gonna have full sugar Coke. It's bad for you. That one.
They might. It's bad, of course. Of course, it's bad for you. All those carcinogens. Why do people say it's bad for you? Is it the calories or is it the cancer? Big C and little C.
All of it, innit? All of it combined, it all leads to the same thing, doesn't it? So,
my apologies.
something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. What's been happening in your world? Anything fun? Anything crazy?
No, not yet. Nothing too shabby,
Not
too crazy.
yet.
Got any driver, obviously, as we talked about. But I'm just about to send an email to the car rental company because they haven't sent back the deposit yet of the car that we rented. So I'm just about to go at them. So could explode this week. You never know.
We don't have good luck with cars, do we? So if anybody wants to,
I can't go back to Italy now because of you. So there's that.
Apparently, we got some road tickets. We didn't get speeding tickets, did we? We got
no, it was those stupid fucking barriers, the traffic, for paying to go on the tolls. That's it, toll roads.
Toll road barriers.
Obviously, we couldn't speak Italian, so that was fucking hard. But every single time we got through the gates, this is what I don't understand, is that we paid the monies or put our credit card or whatever it was on the thing, and they opened the barrier. So I'm like, well, so you've let us in then? And basically, for whatever reason, we've got. And the car rental company we got it from, right? They charged me on my account. They charged me €50. So I was like, oh, that's what that includes the fine plus an admin fee. I was like, cool, it's all sorted. No. The car rental company are that stupid that they just charge you €50 to pass your details on to the police. And so I messaged them and I was like, so what do I do about this? And they said, oh, they'll send you a letter in the post. And I was like, brilliant. Well, that's not going to get her, is it? Into England, to my house. I don't live anymore. I was just like, this is just ridiculous. So, basically, if I was to enter Italy, I would probably get arrested as soon as I enter it. So I can't, not that I want to go back there, but I can't go back there. That's essentially the deal. So, there we go.
I'm all right. I didn't rent a car. So I did the Airbnb. So
Tom was the named driver. Yeah.
I did the house. Dan did the car. So that's the issue there. So mainly because nobody would have rented you anything. Do you have an Airbnb account? You must do. Sure. Never stayed in it. You have stayed in Airbnbs, haven't you, Daniel? Or is that somebody else's account again?
Yeah, no, I have. Yeah.
Oh, wow. What's your rating? But it's terrible.
I mean,
fuck places.
It's pretty high. It must be really high, to be fair. Because I'm not fucked anywhere up, mate. Do you know? I will do next time we go away somewhere and it's on your account. I'm gonna fuck it up.
Don't do that because I have to. My sister do that, but I had to create a new Uber account because of my sister, and that twice actually I've had to do this. So because the Uber account's only attached to either your credit card or your email, just create another email. It's fine. And my sister and then my ex-girlfriend at that time both threw up in an Uber, and apparently doesn't do very good things to your rating. And then they tried to charge me. So I've also realized that on Free Now, there's another app in London called Free Now that I tried to go in, and apparently I owe them money. So I was like, well, I won't be using that app anymore. So it's fine. I will continue just to use that. But my Uber rating is like 4.9. 4.91, I think. Good. 4.9. Good shit. That's pretty good. Out of 5, by the way, not out of like 50. That'd be pretty bad.
That'd be bad, wouldn't it, if that was the case?
Yeah, correct. Yeah. Nice, mate. Nothing craziness going in my world apart from right this second. You can. It's not that big for me, but I guess for you guys, I'm becoming an uncle for the first time in my family. So my older sister is labouring as we speak. As we speak.
Is that what you say? Labouring? Is that the term?
Giving birth? Yeah, I don't think she's in the process of. She's not literally. I don't know. She hasn't answered in my WhatsApp calls, so I don't really understand what's happening.
That could just be because she doesn't want to speak to you, Tom.
Very true. So. She is pretty terrible at communications. So
not as bad as me, I'm sure.
Debatable.
That's bad. That is bad.
So she's good on her work phone. She's terrible on her personal phone. That's the thing. She's like contactable. So I'm going to become an uncle or an auntie. I'm joking. An uncle to, I believe, nobody gives a shit on this podcast. So I think it's little baby Henry. So that'd be fun. That will be fun. I think it's gonna be double barreled as well. With it's a bit posh, isn't it? Bit posh.
Yeah.
I think it's more because she kept the name. It's a done thing now. Is Laura kept her name? Did Laura keep her name?
She did, yeah. Didn't change it, didn't bother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No one. I don't think a lot of people change it now.
Well, it's not really an ownership thing anymore, is it? Do you know what I mean? It's not really like the thing you do. Like, I think some women like to be called their husband's name or whatever. I just think it's just more faff than it's worth. Fucking changing all your driving license and all the things you've got your name on.
Ever the practical man you are, Daniel. Good.
Yeah, you know, I don't own her. She's she's a free woman. She doesn't need my name. Do you know what I mean? Because it's usually Mr. and Mrs., isn't it? And it's usually people refer to as Mrs. or whatever. And it's like, again, it's steeped in tradition, isn't it? When men owned women.
I thought that was why you moved
out
to
here.
I'm honest.
Yeah, well, out here, it's not. Out here, it's not actually a done thing. Woman doesn't take the man's name, which again makes sense because obviously you can have so many wives over here. You'd be so confusing having so many of them. So you're actually better off to keep the name. So that's why we did it. When I get all the other extra wives.
Okay, interesting. I would pay good money to see Dan in a room with 4 women that aren't related to him. I think it'd be quite fun. And having to court them all or keep them happy, that wouldn't happen.
That wouldn't happen. Can't keep one happy.
All right, today we are talking about, so the main topic I think really is British Sandwich Week. So I guess we've got to talk sandwiches.
Wow.
I know. I saw it in prep today.
That is a good week, right? To be fair.
Mm-hmm. So I think I'm gonna have to have a sandwich either for dinner, for most meals, a whole week as well, dedicated to it. So I've done some Googling and we're going to talk about veganism.
Yeah.
Dan sent me
I need to slag it off.
You sent me on WhatsApp. Yeah, I promise.
I did.
To the extent of mine and Dan's conversations, because we talk for like fucking 2 hours here. It just sends me stupid things. To be fair, the first picture is just a sausage. But yeah, we'll go into this a little bit. Interesting. The old heck. Yeah, but we're talking sandwiches first, mate. So I've done some Googling around this because I was like, there's got to be a list, right? And I can't find it there's Tesco. They're like, Tesco reveals the nation's favourite sandwiches. Not that they're like the be-all in sandwiches, but they have a lot of sandwiches, don't they? But I can't find the actual legitimate list, but there's a load of articles. So I'm on the website and never go off. It's obviously on my homepage, which is grocerytrader.co.uk. And they've got stuff on here, but triple chicken apparently is soaring with sales, almost a fifth, up to 19% from the last year. Who'd have thought it? But
triple chicken.
So I'm trying to find their top 10, but I can't seem to find it, which is slightly annoying. Yeah, slightly annoying. But then I am also on my other saved one where I get all my news is News Round. So I'm on there as well. And it's what's your favorite sandwich? And there's the top 10 sandwiches enjoyed by Brits in 2023. So I feel like we've got another game coming on, Dan, where you have to guess shit and get really annoyed as you go and get annoyed with the British public more than anything else.
I mean, it's going to be horrific. I know it is. I know it is already, mate.
So I think we should probably, like, I don't know, from each of us pick like a top 2. I feel like top 3 is a bit much on, but then we'll go through this list of what are the most top 10 sandwiches enjoyed by Brits. But these haven't really, on News Round, they haven't got the nuances of it. So it's a little bit like plain. But I'm sure we can. Yeah,
I think the Brits would go with. So for me, I mean,
let's go. Where we go? All right, let's separate this as well. Okay, so best sandwich place that you've been to, which has got the best range of I don't know, or where would you go through for your favorite sandwich? And
that's too much.
And then you go best supermarket based sandwich. So the one you can get, it has to be a meal deal. So we're talking Boots, Sainsbury's, Tesco. I guess Waitrose have a meal deal, costs about £10. But yeah, that kind of thing. I know how bougie
But
you
the thing
are.
is here
Definitely.
now with the sandwiches, it has to be like it has to be a classic filling because obviously we can just make up sandwiches. I could just say potato waffles and tomatoes are the best ones. You know, it's like so
Well, who's making that? That's
well,
not a
no, that's what I
sandwich.
mean. That's what I mean.
Carb
No
on
one, but
carb.
yeah, you can't. That's what I mean. So we've got to have some sort of rules here, right? So we're going to go traditional sandwich fillings over like the bougie stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So I
yeah.
think
So what are we doing
the
here?
best
Are you
sandwich
doing your
has to be
favorite meal deal sandwich?
yeah. I'll do my favorite sandwiches, and I'll just do the top three. We'll just do top three. We don't need to go fucking 10. The best one, and although it is seasonal to be fair, but it is the best one, is the Pret Christmas sandwich. It cannot be beaten. It cannot be beaten. It's the best sandwich. After that, I'm going to get fucking destroyed for this, but I don't really care. I've been on a bit of a hype recently with tuna and sweet corn. I think it's a really good sandwich. I think it's
I
underrated. I'm
I
just
think
throwing it
it's
out
all
there.
right.
Tuna and sweet corn
I
sandwich is pretty decent. Um, and then another one having the top three classic sandwiches. Uh, what else would I pick in the top three? I'm trying to think. It's been ages since I had sandwiches, and that's one of the reasons I'm looking forward to the photo shoot event coming up. We've got is that I can go and Pret and just demolish some sandwiches because I do miss good sandwiches. One thing don't really have loads of here is probably what would be my next best choice? Oh, I know what it would be. It's a classic one. No, it is it is a sandwich filling because they Tesco do it as well. I think, and I've seen it in Sainsbury's before. Is like they do one in Pret called the New Yorker, which is like beef with mustard and gherkins
it's
and on rye bread, and it's really good.
it's normally pastrami, no?
Yeah, pastrami. Yeah, well, it's beef in it.
All right, that's very, very particular type. If somebody gave you like you were like, oh, we're having a beef roast dinner, and they give you a big fucking massive bit of pastrami, you'd be like,
Well,
this isn't what you advertised.
yeah, but you're not going to put beef like in a sandwich, are you? Everyone's quite aware that it's going to be pastrami in a sandwich.
Yeah, but you're gonna put roast beef in a sandwich. There's roast beef and horseradish. That's a normal sandwich. This guy, you can tell he doesn't eat sandwiches anymore. You've changed, mate. Fucking hell.
Wow.
Okay, so what was it? You said you were going pastrami. So it's a New Yorker, which is, I guess, is what's it called? Fucking hell. It's called something else. It's just lost me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it's called pastrami. It's called New Yorker in Pret. So that's that one. Tuna and sweet corn sandwich, and then the Pret Christmas sandwich, which should be available all year round. I don't know why.
A Reuben. It's called a Brocken Reuben. I think
Reuben,
that's what you're
that's
trying
the
to.
one. Yeah,
We're trying to get to.
You're right.
Yeah. Yeah. I was thinking of it. There's a place. So if I was going to pick a sandwich place to go to, you're going to go to Reuben's on Baker Street.
Yeah.
It's got some, and you're going to go get a salt beef sandwich and thank me later. Oh, that thing's good. Have a little pickle on the side, salt beef. Oh, that's going to be in my top three right there. But then I guess that's a bit bougie. But I'll go. That's the best sandwich. And how about the best Subway sandwich? I feel like that's something everybody can kind of have an opinion on. Definitely would have had.
Italian BMT with cheese.
Oh, that's so wrong. You're obviously going to go meatball marinara.
No.
I used to always go meatballs. Just get as fucking much in as possible. So good. And then what would I do? I used to do a lot of just chicken and stuffing. I quite
chicken
like
stuffing
that.
Is good.
Chicken and stuffing. Yeah. And if you end up taking it home, go make some gravy and then do the old dipperoo in that bad boy. Oh, that's a good meal. That is. Oh, I can feel that coming on today. Did I do that?
Gravy. If you can get gravy in there somehow, I mean.
Yeah, you got to otherwise the chicken and stuffing and the bread is pretty dry as a sandwich. Yeah. You've got to have something to make it moist. Everybody's recoiling at that word that I just said, but you do have to make
Everyone loves the word
moist.
What is wrong with that word? Why do people not like that?
Started salivating, Daniel. That's the thing. So I don't think I can go off this list from Newsround because it's not very but it's probably legitimate because it's Newsround, right? But I guess we can guess what. But there's BuzzFeed has the definitive allegedly the definitive list of Tesco sandwiches made
Come
by
on, let's
one of the
go.
buzz.
Yeah, I think that they're gonna pick the really shit ones, aren't they? People are gonna pick shit sandwiches. I know they are.
All right, are we doing a game? Are you guessing? You look at resentment on you're like, I don't like playing games.
Go on then. Let me try and guess.
So,
Let me try and guess
so
some of them,
you
and then after, if you see me getting frustrated, we'll just stop. I think in the top 10. So what we're saying, top 10 Tesco sandwiches that people voted for.
top 10 Tesco sandwiches. There you go. The game today.
I think the triple chicken one will be there. Chicken salad. There'll be a chicken salad or something fucking boring like that, and that'll be at the top. There'll be a triple chicken. The reason people pick that is because it's 3. Feel like you get extra.
I'm gonna give you that. Yeah, there we go. So did you say so? The chicken triple is not in the top 10, but the individual ones of the chicken triple are
Chicken salad.
So chicken salad number 8.
Boring as fuck.
Boring, and that like with that fucking tomato is like, or they steak whatever tomatoes. They're the worst things ever. And then chicken sweet corn that normally comes in there, right?
Yeah, yeah. Chicken sweet corn comes in there.
That's number 6, and then you got
just plain chicken mayo.
No, is that what normally comes in it?
I think it's plain chicken mayo, chicken sweet corn, chicken salad usually.
All right, well, there's one more chicken that's in the top 10. The chicken mayo is not in there.
Okay, one more chicken in the top. Not coronation chicken.
No. I mean, that would be very apt right now, but...
Yeah. I think up there is also going to be smoked salmon and cream cheese.
What planet are you on? No way.
Awful.
Smoked salmon and cream cheese.
It's a great sandwich. It's a great sandwich.
I mean, smoked salmon lives on a bagel, mate. Like, you're not having it in a sandwich.
There's sandwiches. Well, you have it, but they're still in bread. That's what I was thinking about it. Probably going to be ham and cheese.
Yeah, there is literally smoked ham and cheddar. Number 5.
That sums up Britain, doesn't it? How boring is Great Britain?
But then number 4 is ham, cheese, pickle.
Ridiculous, yeah, because the pickle makes it that much better. So
actually, and then I should really just point out that number 3 is smoked ham and mustard.
This is what I mean. Is I'd never win these sorts of competitions. If this was on, what's that one that you have to guess that we asked 100 people? What's that? Family Fortune. I'd never win. It's like I can't get on board with it. BLT has got to be up there.
Yeah, bacon, lettuce, tomato.
I'm not a fan of it, but
number 2. Yeah, I'm not a big fan as well. Like bacon's not substantial enough. I feel like to have it either has to be like,
especially in a cold sandwich like that as well.
Like a lot of it in like you have to have a lot of bacon in like a bacon sandwich for it to be good. And with lettuce and tomato cold, not happening. And again, it's beef steak.
I can't think what number 1 is. I honestly can't now. They've all thrown me. The fact that we've
done number 1. We've done number 1.
Which one was number 1?
Chicken, bacon, lettuce. Oh no, I give that away.
Yeah,
I thought I said that. Chicken, bacon, lettuce. Is number 1.
Chicken club would have been what I'd say, but then that's what I suppose a chicken club is.
That's pretty much it is. Yeah.
Bacon.
All right. Your other ones are top 10 is apparently chicken, bacon, lettuce, BLT, smoked ham, mustard, ham, cheese, and pickle, ham and cheddar, chicken sweet corn. Number 7. This couldn't be more boring. Cheese and onion.
I knew that'd be up there. It's in all the shops, but I'm like, it's boring.
Like, who buys it? I've never bought that.
Old people. It must be old people.
Number 8, chicken salad. Number 9 is this one's good. It's roast chicken, bacon, and stuffing.
That's pretty much the same as the top one. Just stuff it. Oh.
And then number 10 is the cheese triple. Apparently.
Oh,
mate, your tuna didn't get anywhere near.
Tuna sweet corn must be better than half of them.
Egg and bacon, egg and cress. Tuna sweet corn number 14.
How come there's no egg in there? Egg is such a classic sandwich filling. I'm getting hungry now.
So yeah, which was ranked the worst? 37th, 35th is West Country cheddar and pickle. It's only one thing. There was literally cheese and pickle down at the top, but you make it West Country, everybody hates it. Oh. And how is number 32 sausage, bacon, and egg triple? That sounds great. Oh, just need it hot, don't you? Oh, yeah, disappointed. But yeah, if you're ever in London, go to Reuben's, go get yourself a salt beef.
That's the one, isn't it?
That is a great sandwich. And you don't need to order like a big one or extra like meat or anything like that. Like it gets stacked. Yeah. Just off Baker Street. Lovely, lovely. It's a bit spenny. £9.
Yeah, it's worth it,
something like that. But it is definitely worth it. Yeah, go do that. All right, keeping on the topic of food. So obviously we're doing that. Veganism, Dan. I mean, in our predictions, we've always, I feel like every year we've gone veganism is going to get better. Vegan. Dan even bought some vegan stock because he's such a trader. You do that a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
You were like, I'm going all in.
Got rid of it.
He
got rid of it quite quickly, I
think. All his chips were on the board, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm now a market trader." And he went all in on Beyond. Did you buy into Beyond? Yeah, failed, didn't it? You should have went Heck, mate. That's the one to go on. Then again, I don't know whether they actually did anything. Right, talk to me. Vegan. Has the vegan bubble burst?
Has it burst? Well, that was the article. That's what it was alluding to. Even Veganuary didn't save it, they said on the old article there. So yeah, I sent it through to you because I thought it was an interesting topic, because it wasn't that long ago that we talked about maybe is it the rise of veganism is going to be the next big thing, and we were like, yeah, probably, and it's not quite clearly. One of the things in the article did explain how, it's the cost of living stuff, and obviously that's a huge part of it. I also think as well that people, again, from a virtue signaling point of view, want to be seen to be doing the right thing. And when it boils down to it, the food just doesn't taste as good as meat, and people just want meat and they give into it. And I think people soon realize how expensive it is to buy stuff that tastes half decent, and how much, not only that, but how many calories are in things, how much, more expensive they are, how hard it is to eat out, how hard it is to socialize. So they just give up with it. And then when it becomes less popular, less people do it. And I think that's what you're seeing, is a mixture of all those things combined. So yeah, that was what I picked up from the article anyway. That, and I just thought it was interesting because obviously we talked about how it would be quite a big thing. We thought it was going to be a big thing, and it's not, evidently.
Well, I guess like we didn't foretell that we'd be in some sort of cost of living crisis. Even though, yeah, I don't know, maybe is it the...
Would that change it? I don't know.
Well, I feel like most,
because I think that it's also a product that if you were going to market and you were going to produce, you would know that it's aimed at those that have a high level of income anyway. So is it that, or is it people using that as an excuse to then not buy it and not do it? I genuinely think it's more what I said, the latter of what I said, which is people realize it's harder to eat out, it's harder to socialize. Restaurants aren't catering for people who are vegan necessarily. They still cater for vegetarians, but they're not as bothered about catering for vegans. It's harder to socialize. It's harder to mix in with mates when you go into their houses. Like, it's such a big change that I think that people realize that it's not worth it for those benefits. Because again, like I said, I think a lot of people do it from a virtue signaling point of view. They want to be seen to be doing the right thing. Because the friends I know who are vegan, they're like, yeah, it makes my life more of a ball ache. They're like, I know it's a ball ache. Like the clients I've got, they're like, yes, it's a fucking ball ache. People don't think about it, don't cater for it, but I care enough about being vegan. They know it's not necessarily healthier and all that sort of stuff as well. They just care about being a vegan for the animals and stuff, right? And the environment. I don't think that many people have that strong views around it. They just do it because they think they should, or they might think it's healthier. And then boils down to it, and it's harder to stick to. It's a harder diet to stick to. So people aren't going to stick to it for that reason.
Yeah. And it has been an interesting case of there's a lot of like, what say were vegetarian restaurants did go towards vegan instead. They don't have that kind of go-between because it's just like, I can't bother to cater for two separate audiences. And so all the vegetarians get lumped in with the vegans. So I didn't know whether that might be like vegetarians like, no, we can eat eggs and all this kind of stuff. But it is quite interesting that like, so obviously like innocent drinks, they're discontinuing like dairy-free coconut, almond and hazelnut smoothies. So that's quite big, I feel.
Well, yeah, in the article it said about how Oatly, the
Yeah,
milk
so
manufacturer, are
I
smashing
buy
it with the milk, but
I buy Oatly. Yeah.
yeah, so they're smashing it with the milk, but their ice cream not selling as much.
Yeah.
And again, the reason I think that comes around is because when you buy oat milk from your coffee guy, it's the same price for coffee, regardless of the oat milk or normal milk. It's the
Yeah.
same sort of price. You're paying. It's an overpriced thing anyway. You're buying. Whereas when it
Yeah.
comes to ice cream, people are like, "Well, is this really worth it? Is the taste better?" And all that sort of stuff. I think with oat milk in coffee, arguably some people think it tastes nicer. I mean, they're fucking deluded, but some people do. And I think that with the ice cream stuff, again, people aren't making that decision over ice cream on a daily basis. They don't buy ice cream that often. People are
Yeah.
regularly buying their coffee, so it's a common thing that they're saying
And
now.
then like I don't feel like you buy that milk to have it on like cereal. You don't like consume it of a larger quantity
Yeah.
as well. So you only have a little bit of it. And I always buy the barista one, so I'm not like necking fucking milk. Um
Mm.
and it's but the carton's more expensive than like normal milk, 100%. Must be like must be like £1.50, £2 a
How is
carton.
oat milk more expensive though? That is just a profit margin thing, surely.
Yeah, must be.
It can't be more expensive to make. Most of it's water.
It's more, like it's definitely more expensive than normal milk per
Hmm.
pint or whatever it is. And that's might be a marketing thing as well. There might be a cheaper one that I'm not fucking looking at. I'm just going, that's the brand. Like I'll get that one. Maybe I'll have a look.
Mm. Yes.
I'm not too sure. So I don't think there's any like own brand oat milks, which seems like something people are jumping because a lot of fucking people I know who order coffee with me or around me definitely have oat milk. I would say that is the number one milk that they would have with their coffee instead of like normal milk. The
Psychopaths.
next variation of, and then heck, they've gone down from 10 to 2
10
on
products that
their
are vegan to two,
10
yeah.
products to 2. That's big. Vegans outraged,
Yeah.
which is super interesting. I feel like I may have had them, but I don't really find the heck sausages very tasty anyway. They're not that tasty. They're super fucking lean. The chicken
Yeah.
ones, chicken sausages are fine, but yeah, they're a bit meh. Just give me a fucking pork sausage. Yeah.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, I it's still very much in its infancy, isn't it?
Mm.
It'll be hard to see where it will go. And I mean, it's a conversation I might have with one of my clients, what I said to you. And maybe it's a case of future they have to look at other animal products that will be able to sustain us as well. Because I don't know where farming's going towards.
Mm.
I'd imagine that with the whole climate-based crisis, it's going to move away from that. But you'd thought like, oh, vegetables are the way forward. That's what we've got to eat. And yeah, maybe that's not the way of doing things.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just assume that vegetables are cheaper to get, right? Cheaper to make, cheaper to whatever than raise
Yeah.
cows. Raise cows? Raise cow.
Yeah. I just find
Pigs
it.
and blah and whatever. From
I
what I've
do
watched
think
from
there's
Clarkson's farm, that's what it seems to be. So
yeah. I do think there's an element to it where, like you said, we probably do waste a fair amount. Not say waste. I think it doesn't go to human consumption. It goes to other things. I think I'd say pet feed and all that sort of stuff.
yeah,
So it is interesting that like there's probably elements to it where we could make more of it and do more with it. What that looks like, I don't know. So for example, over here, you can buy in the supermarket chicken hearts. Can't buy them
well,
in
yeah,
the UK as easily.
that's a normal Middle Eastern thing to have, right?
Mm.
So I've had like plenty of Israeli food, and I'd get served chicken hearts in like a Israeli restaurant over here, but you're not going to really have that. You might get some offal, and not so much in London, but like definitely I've had it like offal for obviously like making pies, but you're going to get it from the butchers. It's never going to be in a mainstream supermarket. but those are the kind of meats and stuff that you kind of meant to have. Maybe are pretty fucking good for you. Like obviously steak and kidney pie. People probably not having the kidney bit anymore, or like liver or stuff like that. We were like, ugh. But if it were blended up and like you didn't really know, I don't think anybody would really care. Put it in like a sausage. I think that
Yeah,
might
it's
work.
interesting, isn't it? I wonder, like you said about before, about fish heads and fish brains and stuff like that, like how you
Yeah,
can
yeah.
do that. But yeah,
Make a nice paste. Bit of
who knows, mate? Who
you wouldn't
knows?
know if we put it like in a bagel with some cream cheese. Would we know? Would we care?
Well, the
Don't know.
future's going to be, isn't it? It's going to be the meat they make in labs. Like, how's that going to look? Like, that's the
Yeah.
next thing, isn't it? That's the next part of it. But how efficient and energy efficient and all that sort of stuff is it? Because again, I was looking at all this stuff. So I was talking to someone over here not long ago in Dubai. I think it was on the golf course actually, and he was in oil or something like that. Obviously, he had an ulterior motive to what he was maybe saying. But he was sort of saying, I said, so do you reckon that, I keep seeing quite a lot of Tesla cars over here. I just think they're going to take off. And he's like, no. I was like, you sure? Like all that sort of stuff. Anyway, he was basically saying how like it's all well and good. Again, it comes back down to what we said before, veganism and virtue signaling and all this sort of stuff, right? So he said that he was like, do you know how much energy it takes to mine for lithium? And I was like, no. He was like, to actually like have the benefits of a Tesla like car. He was like, I think you'd have to run it for something like 17 years to like get the energy back that it takes to actually mine the amount of lithium needed for the battery. And then he's like, then what do you do with the battery once it's done? Where'd you put that? Where does that go? And he was going into all this detail. I just didn't even think about it. He obviously had been asked this question before, and he had his spiel. You know what I mean? And I was like, okay, I didn't ask. I was making conversation, but it did make me think a little bit about that. Again, about we don't ask the questions. You don't go, well, what does it cost to mine this? What does it cost to do that? So it's the same with the animal things making it a lab. What does it cost to do that? Because the energy has to come from somewhere. The calories have to come from somewhere. And I think that's the thing that people aren't maybe asking those questions and aren't thinking about in as much detail. Is, well, what does it look like? Is it going to be more energy efficient? Is it actually better to raise the cattle? Is it better to actually go through that process? Again, I don't know the answers to the questions. I'm just saying that we need to think about, like you said there, how can we make the most out of a cow we have, rather than trying to create loads of new ones or trying to create it in a lab and where that energy comes from. Like, how do we make it better? So yeah, I just random chat, but I just think it's interesting that you know someone who's researching that area, because obviously they're putting money into researching that because it makes more sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, to me, that says a lot. Researchers don't usually waste time and money on stuff. They do it for a reason, that they've looked into and gone, there's probably more we can do here. So I just found it interesting.
Be interesting. Yeah. Well, I'm sure he might listen. No, David.
I just think it'd be interesting to think about what they'll be able to get away with putting into things like ready meals and those sort of stuff. Like, will they be able to just put in fish pieces and not really say what they are, but fish. You wouldn't know.
That's it. It's like we've all had them. Seafood sticks. Like, they're meant to be crab sticks, right? But it's seafood. And it's like,
let's call them seafood sticks.
It's like just pollock. It's like, it's like pollock, other shit. And it's like there's no crab in it whatsoever. And you're like, ooh,
yeah. And I think it comes down to, again, like the whole, like, remember the horse meat scandal? It's like, it's only a scandal because we don't really eat horses here, but who's to say, well, why not? Like, is that a big problem? Like they do in France, whatever. So I don't know.
I'd had a horse in unknowingly, because in like Norway and Scandinavia, because they eat it in like a sausage. And I was like, oh, this is tasty. It's horse. I was like, as a person who comes from a horse like keeping family, probably shouldn't be doing this. A little bit odd, just tucking into Waka. Lovely. Can't really do that. A little bit strange, but you won't be switching to veganism. Apparently it's too expensive and there's no products now. So and on the ice cream factor, like the vegan or like healthy ice creams are just shit.
Awful.
They're just not good. Like, I know we all went through that craze, didn't we, of like buying, what was the one? Halo Top. It's just Is anybody out there still buying that stuff?
I don't know.
I don't see it over social media anymore.
No.
I'm sure there is one. I'm sure one of your clients, Hannah Fuller, is definitely buying it. like out of sorts.
Oh yeah, she'll be buying it. He's the sort of person who prefers that over normal ice cream, though. Do you know? Like, she's one of them. Strange.
Zero
Strange
taste.
person.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
fine. And then spends our whole calories on a cinnamon social. And you're like, brilliant. Okay, cool.
Good choice, to be fair. Good choice.
That was good in the air fryer, Dan. That was good. All right. What next do I have to put in an air fryer, according to you?
Yeah, I'd like to see some desserts, please, cooked in there. I'd like to see some desserts. That's your next challenge, mate.
I'm gonna do some more on my. I need to do some on my stories when
I'm thinking like some cookie dough, some chocolate, like on a bit of greaseproof paper, like in the air fryer bit. I'm thinking of something, yeah, something like that. Nice little dessert, baked dessert, it's gooey and caramelly, and yeah, do that.
Gooey and caramelly. Cool. So if you got any other, I'm then just gonna try weird shit. Basically, put it in the air fryer, see what happens. Yeah, why not? Why not, Dan? Cool. Any other business from you, Daniel?
Not from me. No, we're all good.
No, not from me either. I had a couple of people ask about doing some one-to-one random like training sessions. As I said on the podcast a few weeks, months, whatever, whenever I left Third Space, fucking hell. More than they slid into my DMs on Instagram. So I'm going to take some people through some random one-to-one sessions, literally from listening to the podcast. Isn't that weird? So you're more than welcome. Got one tomorrow. I think one in a couple of weeks. Just to go through some shit, talk through your bit, not really talk through your business, talk through what your training is like, and what you should be doing, technical stuff, basically. More fun, innit? More fun. Don't worry, you don't have to pay my prices for a whole of the time, just for one session. And Dan said he'll buy you coffee, so that's good.
Not with oat milk in it though.
Yeah, so if you want to do that, I've actually got a lot of space next week because it is half term, mate. Is it half term in Dubai?
No.
You're like, no.
Not yet.
She's thankfully at school.
I think they have enough holidays over here, mate. You don't need it. Jesus.
Yeah. It's going to be fun next week, and it's finally getting warm here. It's like nearly 20. You're like,
oh wow, it's nearly like winter.
Yeah. Whatever, mate. I'm bright red, so it's fine. I'm still tanned. I'm still tanned from Dubai, so we're all good. Still got my golfer's farmer's tan. So
still got it on. That's good, mate. That's good to see.
It's going to be there for the rest of summer. All right. Thanks for listening, guys, and we will catch you next week.
See you later.